Okay, guys, so I'm now going to be going over the RC training number 4. And like I've been saying, we're going to skip over door songs. And so AFLV discussion. So AFLV is the Association of Fraternal and Leadership Values Conference. And it is a conference that the Panhellenic Council went to in April. And we basically just met with other Panhellenic councils in our kind of region of the country. So California, Oregon, Washington, New Mexico, Arizona, all over the place really in this kind of western region. And we kind of discussed ways to improve programming on our campus and improve the recruitment counselor program on our campus. And I learned a lot of information and a lot of things and tips and tricks that I'm going to apply to your guys' work week training and just to help you guys get the most out of this experience. But I wanted to talk about a few things that we went over in our I wanted to talk about a few things that we went over and some awards that we won our council, which is really exciting. So the first award that we won was the Membership Recruitment Award. So that means out of all of the chapters in this western region, our recruitment process on our campus is essentially the best because we won the award. So that means that our recruitment process is on point. We are doing things the way they should be, which is awesome because that means for you guys as recruitment counselors, you get to be a recruitment counselor at an awesome campus that is doing a really great job of recruiting and bringing potential new members into chapters for lifelong membership. And that was really an honor to accept that, and especially for my position, knowing that our campus is doing so many great things. And it really made me excited for you guys to be recruitment counselors and for you guys to experience kind of being a recruitment counselor on a campus that has such a great recruitment. And then another award that we won was the Kaleidoscope Award, and so that is an award for, you can't apply for this award. You basically have to be nominated for it and win it out of the blue. So it was won because of the woman who had my position last year. So her name was Amy, and she basically developed a new member education program that kind of makes Big Sisters mentors, which is really cool. And is really aimed at kind of making the big sister, little sister relationship more like a mentor and a lifelong, or at least a college-long, strong relationship, which is a really cool thing and something that's really an asset to our campus and campuses all across the country and in our western region. And so that won the Kaleidoscope Award, and it was such a great and exciting honor to win that, and I was really excited to bring that back and share that with you. And in one of my sessions that I went to about recruitment counselors, the woman who was leading it kind of just basically hit the nail on the head when she said, like, being a recruitment counselor is the most important position to have during recruitment. I mean, you guys are going to make the clock tick during recruitment. You guys are going to be out there lining women up, counseling women, helping women find where they belong, and you're giving up your affiliation to really help so many of your potential new members and women find a place in a chapter. And I know that sounds kind of cheesy, giving up your membership, but it really is, and it's really a cool thing, and it really got me excited to get you guys excited to be a recruitment counselor. So I just wanted to remind you of that, why you are chosen to be a recruitment counselor. I really have faith that all of you guys are going to be amazing recruitment counselors and really make recruitment as great as it is and make it the best recruitment in the western region. So I wanted to share that with you guys and get you guys excited as I am about being a recruitment counselor and about this experience and this not the next two, but the upcoming 2 weeks of work week and recruitment. So that was AFLV in a nutshell. So now I'm going to be moving on to Set 3 responsibilities. So Set 3 is kind of like Set 2 in terms of the responsibilities that you guys are going to be doing outside or completing outside of each chapter facility. So in the morning, you're going to meet with your P&M group at your designated meeting spot in the morning. You're going to ask if anyone has any questions. You'll tell them what chapter you'll be at in the morning and which chapter you'll be at after lunch, so they can always come find you and ask you any questions that they might have or any concerns during Set 3. And then you will learn the chapter door songs for set 3 for the chapter you'll be at in the morning and in the afternoon. And the lyrics for both chapters, set 3 door songs, will be in your binder, business as usual. And we'll also go over them and learn them during work week, so you won't be in the dark about the songs or anything like that. And then you'll ask your P&Ms, each and every one of them, to come see you when they're done with the day and answer any questions after their day is over, any concerns that they might have, or any help that they might need, narrowing down their chapters from the maximum of 8 to the maximum, the maximum of 5 to the maximum of 2 that they'll go to on preference. And then you'll collect their P&M bag, and then you'll send them off to make their selections. And then you'll give the set, after you've gone over this information with your women, you'll give your set list to them. And once, like I went over in set 2, once you've given them their list, it's really important to ask them to leave the meeting area so that they aren't congregating and discussing their chapters or opinions or anything like that. And so you'll go from most to least and privately away from the group and one at a time, so that each and every one of your P&Ms feels comfortable with you and feels like they can discuss anything or any concerns that they might have once they get their set list. And so you'll be stationed at one chapter house in the morning, and you'll change after lunch. And for each party, you'll get P&Ms lined up once they get there, and about 7 minutes before the set begins, as early as you can, really, just to make sure that things run smoothly and you aren't stressed last minute trying to get everyone lined up. And chapter recruitment teams really, really, really appreciate RCs who get women lined up as soon as possible, because they like to know, I'm sure as you remember being a recruiter for your chapter, how many women are there, what women are missing, kind of stuff like that. So as early as you can. The list will be on the water jug, and if the water jug is ever empty, tell the chapters. And once P&Ms are lined up, they can talk in line, but they must stay in their alphabetical order. And then you'll go ahead and collect their P&M bags. And with about 5 minutes left, just make sure to go back through and check the list order, make sure everyone's in line or anyone who showed up is put into the correct place in line. And then with about 2 minutes left, there should be no talking, just in preparation for the party to begin. And then after the doors open and you get everyone excited, jump around, sing the songs, all the P&Ms are inside. Someone will come get you and bring you inside for the duration of the set. And set 3 is a really long break, or a really long party length, so you'll have a long break inside the chapter facility, which is nice, get you out of the heat, give you guys a break. And it's really, really important on set 3 to make sure that you don't watch any skits. Even if chapter members offer, they might not know that this is a rule, but it's very, very important that you as a recruitment counselor don't watch any chapter skits. And then someone will come get you from the recruitment team or a house mother to bring you outside at the end of the event. And it's really important that if no one comes to get you, to make sure to find someone to get you outside of the chapter facility. I know sometimes during set 3, women can get sidetracked doing house tours and all of that, so it's really important to find someone to let you out. And then set 3, like I said, is a long break, which is good for you guys. And then once the P&Ms come outside, just encourage them to find their P&M baggie and write in their books. No talking, to make sure that women are keeping their opinions to themselves and their thoughts about that chapter event. And as the week goes on, women are going to be narrowing down their chapters, and it's really important to really encourage them to write down quality things and quality thoughts about that chapter and about that event, and it'll really, really help them narrow down, especially narrowing down from a maximum of 5 chapters to the 2 chapters that they're going to attend on preference. So really encouraging them to write down quality things and quality thoughts in their booklets. And then P&Ms leave and go to their next party, and that's when your next group of P&Ms will arrive for your next event. And so something that's really important during set 3 and moving on during recruitment is mentoring P&Ms. So this is a time when women sometimes start to have a hard time narrowing down chapters, or have a hard time with the chapters that they're getting back. And it's really, really important to mentor P&Ms. So a very big part of your job is being a counselor. You're a recruitment counselor. So one thing that we discussed in AFLB, and I kind of wanted to bring back to you guys and touch on, is being a counselor and a coach. So a counselor is someone who's comforting, someone who is open and an active listener with body language and just with their just everything, just being open to listening to the women, really taking in all of her thoughts and her considerations, and really being there to be that open set of ears and that disassociated or just honest person that they can always come to. But it's also really important to be a coach as an RC. I'm really challenging the women to think about where they can see themselves being a lifelong member on our campus. So asking them questions like, why did you like that chapter? What do you see yourself being? What chapter do you see yourself being in? What conversations really stuck with you? Like what qualities do you want in a sisterhood? What qualities do you want in an organization that you join in college? That kind of thing. And that'll really help push P&Ms in a healthy way to kind of find where they fit best and where they see themselves being a member of during their 4 years as a collegiate member of their chapter. And so after we went over set 3 responsibilities, we had an icebreaker break, and then we talked about social media disassociation. So if you want to pause this video really quickly and go to the email that I sent you and pull up the document titled Social Media Disassociation Guidelines or Tips. I created this document to kind of help you guys to make sure that you're disassociating your social media and kind of make it easier for you guys, because I know it can be kind of a daunting thing having to hide pictures or images of you as a collegiate member, as a member of your chapter for 2 or 3 years. That seems like a lot of things to hide, but it's really not as bad as it seems, and once you go ahead and do it, it really takes maybe half an hour or so. So I'm going to go through those guidelines with you right now. So as an RC, as you probably know by now, you have to disassociate your social media by May 1st, but since you guys did not know you were going to be a recruitment counselor by May 1st, that's not a problem. Just from this point on, if you could go ahead and disassociate your social media and make sure not to post anything relating to your chapter or wearing your chapter letters or showing your chapter symbols from here on out till the end of recruitment, that would be great, just to make sure that you guys are all remaining disassociated. So by May 1st, you will hide all your photos revealing your sorority affiliation, unlike or unfollow your chapter's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or like them all, which I highly suggest. And then between May 1st, the summer, and recruitment, please do not post photos, statuses, tweets relating to your chapter. And like I said before, I know this can kind of sound, oh my god, I can't talk. I know this can sound kind of crazy, and you guys must think I'm really crazy for making you do this, but it's only going to help you as an RC to remain disassociated and hide your affiliation from P&Ms. And you can trust me when I say P&Ms will try to find you, and they will search you and try to really know what chapter you are in, because they all are dying to know what chapter their RC is in. So Facebook tips. So to hide a specific picture in your specific album, you can click edit and move the privacy from friends to only me. And then to hide a tagged photo that you've been tagged in by a friend, you can go and put it as hidden from timeline. And this can be reversed after recruitment. I double checked because I was kind of concerned that all of my tagged photos would be gone. But not a problem. You can always go back and put them back on your timeline after recruitment. And if your album name has a specific chapter name, for example, I love Alpha Alpha Alpha, or if your album has your chapter letters really cutely integrated into the title of your album, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and change that just for the duration of the rest of the summer work week and recruitment. So if you just go to your albums and click on a specific album, and then just click edit and change the name, that would be greatly appreciated. And then if you have an album completely full of pictures from your chapter and it just seems so overwhelming to go through each and every photo and untag every single one or hide every single one, you can just hide the entire album. I know that's what I did when I was in RC, and it was literally so easy. It made all of this I was done with all of this within 2 or 3 minutes just from hiding my album that had all of my chapter photos. And if you want to do that, you can go to albums, bottom right hand corner, and change from the friends icon and change it to only me, so only you can view that album. And it'll make it a lot easier for you to hide your album, but if you aren't comfortable with hiding your album, that's not a problem at all. You can just hide individual pictures for the duration of the summer. And then, unlike your chapter's Facebook page or like them all, this is kind of important because sometimes P&Ms can find out that you've liked one specific chapter, and maybe maybe it's not even your own, but they get it in their head that that's your affiliation. And then Twitter tips. So I don't really have a Twitter. I'm not that high tech, but I asked around the office, other members on the council, and so it's my understanding that you can make your account private on Twitter, and so I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and do that. You don't have to deactivate your Twitter because I understand that, like, you don't have to deactivate your Twitter now in the summer because I understand that you can't deactivate it for a certain amount of time. So not to worry, just put it on private for now, and we'll deactivate it during recruitment. And then make any affiliation hidden. So in the info section on Twitter, if you have any like symbols or any like cute things that hide your, reveal your affiliation, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and remove those. For example, some obvious ones like a key or an anchor. If you have any of those relating to your chapter, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and take those off for just a couple of really weeks now until the end of recruitment. And then Instagram tips. So this is a really, really big one. Instagram's on private, please. You don't have to delete any past Instagram photos because it's my understanding that you can't hide a specific photo, and once you delete that photo, you can never get it back. And I really don't want you guys to have to delete your past photos. That would be kind of sad and annoying. So you don't have to delete photos. I'm just going to ask you to make it on private. And since I'm not asking you to delete any photos revealing your affiliation, it's going to be very, very important that you have your Instagram on private. And then remove your chapter affiliation from the info section. So kind of similar to Twitter, if you have any things saying like I love Alpha 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 or any symbols or anything relating to your chapter, just to remove those from the info section for the duration of the summer work week and recruitment. And then Pinterest tips. This seems kind of extensive, I know, but trust me, P&Ms have a way of finding you. So Pinterest, if you have a Pinterest and if you go to your Pinterest account and you put the search privacy on yes. So I didn't know this until I got into this position and I started researching social media for you guys, but if your search privacy is off, people can Google you and find your Pinterest boards, and so I think this is really important to make yourself unsearchable for jobs in general or just life in general. So I'm really glad that I found this, and I'm hoping that you guys find this helpful to hide your Pinterest boards from future employers and stuff like that. In the right hand corner on the top of your Pinterest on settings, you can go down and put search privacy on yes, and so that means that if anyone Googles you or anything like that, your Pinterest board won't pop up. And so I put mine on yes for recruitment, and I'm planning on keeping it on search privacy after recruitment because I don't want future employers finding my Pinterest boards or my wedding boards or anything like that. So those are the social media disassociation tips that I have for you guys. I hope you find them helpful in disassociating your social media. And if you have any questions about things you aren't sure of, if you have a photo that you aren't sure if you're allowed to have it on your Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or anything, just go ahead and ask me and I can clarify it for you. I know a lot of women had questions about social media disassociation, so it's not a problem if you guys have questions as well. And then some reminders. So don't attend anything related to recruitment. I think I've hit the nail on the head with that one in these videos. But if you do have any questions, if you have a position, for example, in your chapter that might have something to do with recruitment, I know there's a few philanthropy chairs that are RCs, and they had some questions about how far they can be involved in recruitment. Please don't hesitate to ask me and clarify, and I will be more than happy to give you an answer on how you can be involved in recruitment or how you can get around still having your position but not being involved in recruitment, if that makes sense. And then, so social media disassociation begins May 1st, so use the guidelines we just went over to disassociate your social media as soon as possible. And I have been monitoring the RCs, not creepily by any means. I just glanced over everyone's Facebooks, and I have most of everyone on Instagram, just to make sure that I can remind you guys if you are posting images of your chapter or your letters or anything like that. And I don't want it to be like I'm a creepy person telling you you can't do anything, but I just want to make sure that you guys are being reminded. And it's really easy to forget, especially during summer when you aren't even thinking about being an RC. It can be really easy to just post a photo and not even think about it. So I have been monitoring that, so just make sure to go ahead and do that as soon as you can. And then parking passes survey. So I sent out a survey for parking passes for the RC recruitment carpool, and I've set that up and I've placed you guys in that, so not to worry, you will have a ride to campus every day during recruitment. And then staying in Tucson over the summer survey. So even though the summer's almost over, I can send that out for you guys, and if you are here over summer, you're more than welcome to fill it out. Also, I know that being a recruitment counselor really inspired me to be on Panhellenic and got me to kind of where I am now, sitting in the Panhellenic office. So if any of you guys are interested in being on Panhellenic, or might want to apply next year to be have a Panhellenic officer position, you're more than welcome to come and sit in on our exec meetings, or come and hang out in the office and kind of see what it's like to be on Panhellenic. You have to be an RC to have my position, so basically one of you guys next year will be in my shoes. So if you're ever interested after recruitment or leading up to recruitment, I know we're very busy right now, but after recruitment especially, you're more than welcome to come in anytime. Just email me or text me, and I can set up a time that works with the council and for you to come and join our meetings or see what it's like. And then to conclude this video, or this training meeting, excuse me, I have a Panhellenic fun fact. So nearly 100 members of the U.S. Senate and nearly a third of the House of Representatives are members of a fraternity and a sorority, which is awesome. And then Condoleezza Rice, she was an Alpha Chi Omega at the University of Denver, and I just love her. I think she's a phenomenal lady, so I was really excited to find out she was part of a Panhellenic chapter, and she was also part of a Panhellenic chapter that's on our campus. So that's a really cool fun fact. And so now I'm going to be moving on to the RC training video number 5, and that is the last training video that I have for you guys. So if you can go ahead and pause this video and go to the email that I sent you and pull up the document titled RC Training Number 5, and we can go ahead and get started going over that information.